on here soon.
Thank you, Hunter. We really appreciate you.
Hi, Alicia. I just saw you. Hello. Hello, hello.
Well.
Speak. Speak, I'm still like that.
I don't want to screen it out. Wait, am I still muted?
You're muted. You're.
Okay. Ready to go. Everyone just sit. Yeah.
Want me to get everybody quiet? All right, guys. Emmett. Hello, everybody. Come on. I love the energy. All right, we're gonna start this off. So we have everybody just settle down for a second. Reed's gonna kick us off on this month's monthly connect.
I am.
Guys, so thank you, Bree.
All right. Good morning, everyone. It is the July monthly connect. We are so excited to see everyone. I have everyone tuning in from Hollywood Beach. We have Castro Valley, Hemet. We're doing our little summer fun day. I know Hollywood Beach, they're actually literally on the beach. You guys are going to see soon. That's going to be so much fun. Matt and Robert up in Castro Valley. July, it's the halfway point of the year. We have some really, really fun, exciting announcements. All of your guys' achievements, we're going to announce them and hoping to get everyone fired up for the second half of the year. I'm going to go ahead and welcome up Randy. He's going to kick us off with some broker remarks.
Thank you. Yeah, look at that. Looking good, Rick. Looking good. Good morning, everybody. So we're halfway through the year, right? We're halfway through the year, and it's been a good half. But now we're getting ready for the second half. The second half is probably the most important run because this is where we go into the fact that little Joey wants the the G.I. Joe with a Kung Fu grip for Christmas, right? And if we're not working right now, we're not going to be able to get that little Kung Fu grip thing for him, right? And I think today it's more like electric bikes and all that kind of stuff. But I grew up with like Army men and stuff, so I'm a little older. I was happy to get, G.I. Joe. Anyway, so going into the second deal, right now is a good time to look at where you are for what you put together for your goals for the year, and where your goals are. Because if you didn't put goals for the year, I'm sorry, but I put goals for the year, and I'm a little bit behind right now. I think I'm about 200 million behind in GCI right now, as where I'm at right now. But we caught it up. We caught up a lot last month. Last month we did about 7.3 or 4 in gross commissions we paid out to agents across the board. So it was a pretty good month. But we're moving forward and we're growing every month. So we have something happening in a week. Next Sunday I leave for Vegas for the Mike Ferry retreat. I'll be there for 7 days. Vegas for 7 days. Yippee-ki-yay. Yeah, can hardly wait. Cigarettes, smoke, and cigar. Well, the cigars, I'll be doing those, but so I'm okay with that. But anyway, so if you're looking to go ahead and just jumpstart yourself and push yourself to that next level, right now, call, get a hold of us. They're $100 a ticket. Friggin' Harris is like $60 a night. Okay, get 2 beds. You got somebody you want to go with that wants to share a room? It's $30 a night, guys. $100 tickets. You can't beat it. And this will catapult you into the second half of the year. You know, I'm a believer that the Mike Ferry organization has helped me in a lot of ways. And this is not a pitch for him, but he does. He helps me in a lot of ways. He's helped us grow our company. And I mean, if you've been here for a long time with me, and a lot of people have been here through the whole thing, have seen us grow. It's been a lot to do with the fact that I have a schedule, I have goals, I have to put them down, I have to every week look at them, and when you look at them with Mike, you look at them. It's kind of like, you know, he's a tough coach to have because he expects me to do the job, and I do the job. But so get with your people at the front desk. Get with your anybody that has access to us, and get a ticket, and let's get going, because this is going to catapult us to the next thing. We have July, we have August, we have September, and we have October. Those are our big months in real estate. We still got big months in real estate, you know, and that's what I'm looking at. And as far as the lenders go, we have a lot of lenders out there. Guys, grab a ticket. Come on, this will catapult you. And then it's just take away the real estate and put lending in there, and it's the same thing over and over again. Who am I turning this over to now? I'm turning over to Blake. Blake gets seconds today. Guys, I'll see you in Vegas.
Thank you. Well, I am super excited to be here in Hemet today, guys. We have 50 plus people in this room, and it is amazing. Guys, everybody in Hemet, I want us to cheer loud so the rest of the company knows that we showed up to represent on this monthly's Connect. So on the count of 3, let's cheer. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Guys, we're going to show up to these events. This shows you that you guys are plugged into what we're doing. You're committed to turning the second half of this year into something big, and the peak buying and selling season, we're in it right now. So the question is, what are we going to do to go forward? How many of us pray that rates come down this second half of the year? Oh my goodness, man, it has been the death of me this whole year. So I'm right there with you. I am praying they come down, but we got some good news, guys. Last month's CPI numbers. Anybody know what CPI means in the room? It's core pricing index, right? They're the numbers that are basically what control inflation. Those numbers rose a little bit last month, which didn't do too well for us in thinking about how the feds want to actually lower our Fed rate. But they are still poised to lower Fed rate in September, and hopefully 1 to 2 more times before the end of the year. Can anybody tell me what that would do for rates going forward? It's going to help mortgage rates. It's going to be a direct impact to mortgage rates. So that's what we're hoping. We stick to the plan for September. So when we're talking about setting up for the second half of the year, loan officers and agents alike, be ready for rates to trickle down the second half of the year and hopefully increase more buyer demand, right? Because that's what we're missing right now. We don't have enough buyers buying into buying real estate, ultimately, right? Inventory is rising, and we just don't have the buyer demand to match it. So we're hoping rates will come down. Rates still aren't bad, though. So if you need a good loan officer that wants to educate the buyer on how to actually look at their investment they're looking to purchase and how to crunch those numbers and what to look for, get with a 21st Century Lending loan officer. We are trained and taught on that constantly, on the best way to look at that, so we could show the long-term value with the short-term, we'll call it struggle, with rates being a little higher. If rates are poised to come down in the next 18 months, buying a home today is an amazing investment regardless. Can anybody tell me what anticipated appreciation is in California going forward this year? 4.6% still, even with inventory sitting where it's at now. So that tells us home prices are not coming down. Are we seeing price reductions in the marketplace? Yes, that's a flattening of home prices. That's not a reduction in home prices. Big difference, right? So we want to make sure we're setting up the buyers for that real expectation. Now, some important dates. I want everybody to pull their pens and paper out, because we're going to go to learn a little bit about mortgages right now. We have important dates. Our next CPI numbers that are going to come out that can directly impact mortgage rates are coming out July 15th. So right around the corner. Those numbers are going to reflect the numbers for June. What happened in June? Did it rise or fall, and where we at year over year and month over month. Those are big numbers, right? We could see some direct impact. We also want to check out July 17th is our retail sales. Anybody have understanding how retail sales affect mortgage rates? Super simple. Are people spending more money? Or are they more budget conscious because we see jobless claims rising month after month? We're seeing those key indicators affecting the marketplace. With jobless claims rising, we should have already lowered rates, right? And the Fed should have already lowered their rates, right? So now the next one is a big one, July 18th. Does anybody know what we report on July 18th? Anybody take a stab in the dark at it? Nope. It's new home housing starts and building permits. Why is that important? Because the market actually directly reflects off what builders are doing. So if new home builds are slowing down, they're seeing something in the marketplace well ahead of everybody else. And we get those numbers on July 18th. So those are the numbers that myself, the loan team, the loan officers in our company are constantly looking at to make sure that we're staying ahead of the curve so we can better educate our agents, better educate our clients, and get everybody on the know of what's going on. So if you're not plugged into lending, get plugged into the loan officers. We teach and train on this every week. Our loan officers are really well versed on what's happening in the marketplace and where rates are going and where they're coming from, right? Now, let's go over some rates. Anybody want to guess what our no cost conventional rate is today? Anybody want to guess? Ooh, 6.75 to 6.875. Good job, Melissa. Welcome. Yes. So that is not a terrible rate. That's no loan points. That's no origination. That's our just out of pocket, no cost rate. So you can buy it down from there, correct? Now, how about FHA? Anybody want to haul out an FHA rate to me? They're 6% flats, right? So we have a lot of markets, LA, Central Coast, Ventura, Santa Barbara, the Bay Area. Our FHA loan limits are really high in those areas. Sorry, Riverside County, we're just at 674. We're picked on out here. But in the other high balance counties, those FHA rates are going to be very, very important to us because you could buy a home with as little as 3.5% down and get really high loan limits, which is great. So 6% flat, no points, no cost, no nothing, right? Now, VA and USDA, anybody want to throw out a number to me? 6.25. So no, 6.125, 6 1/8. Sorry. So those are really, really strong. That is beautiful for us in a lot of our regions, but in Riverside County, especially Southern California, we got a lot of veterans we help. We do a lot of VA loans. So if you guys are looking for someone to plug in, you can reach out to myself. We have Alex on the call, Holly Compton, Casey, Matt, Keith, Randy, Robert, anybody in the group, and we get you guys plugged in with a loan officer that you guys could partner with, not only to help you close more loans, but just to learn about what's going on with the rate market and how do I stay in front of this so I could better educate my buyers. All right, we all agree? Sweet, sweet, sweet. So I'm going to jump into some wins real quick. Guys, as the new acquisition, keep that up. We're going to go to that next. As the new acquisition happened, we got a lot of agents plugging into 21st Century Lending. And this, in the month of June alone, we had 4 or 5 huge wins for our loan officers and our agents alike. I had one agent out of one of our other areas towards the Central Coast reach out to me and said, hey, Blake, I have a loan falling apart. The lender can't close in the type of trust we need them to close in. And we're 3.5 weeks into escrow. What do I do? Can we do this deal? I got him in front of the right loan officer in his area. And guess what we did? We closed it in 3 weeks. He had to do an extension, but we got that loan closed when no one else could. When I come up here and I talk about we could do business that no one could do in the country, guys, I truly, truly mean it. We have programs, products, knowledgeable loan officers that are going to help you guys get that business done. He helped them close 2 transactions that were falling out of escrow from the same buyer. So how important is that for an agent to know they could come leverage 21st Century Lending and keep everything going? That was Dwayne Davis helping one of our agents. Shout out to Dwayne Davis. Now, we also had that with Scott Steele. Scott Steele picked up a couple deals where they were not closing correctly, and he was able to swoop in and help keep those deals on track. So my ask for you guys is huge. If you have turn downs, if you're going with another lender and they're turning down your buyer, just let us look at it, because we turn downs into yeses more often than not. Because when other people are saying no, we're able to step in and say yes. Who would like an extra 3 or 4 transactions closed this year by us being able to say yes to that? Lots of hands in the room. So that's what we want to ask for. That's what we're doing. So huge wins, Huge shout outs to everybody. And now let's go to some recognition, guys. So in the month of June, we had a big month for a lot of people. From 10 to 15,000 GCI, we got Jenny Butoric and Scott Johnston crushing the game on closing multiple units that month. For the 16 to 20,000 mark, we got Greg Johnson and Karin Lundquist, newer loan officer with us out of Oceanside, doing a great job closing multiple transactions, making great money that month. As we climb here, we got $21 to $30,000. We got Michael Rolston and Brian Weisner out of our Corona and Upland market, just absolutely helping our agents in-house and crushing it. We're going to 31 to 40,000. We have the man or the woman, the myth, the legend herself. She has been crushing it this year. Big shout out to her. Juliana, 31 to 40,000 in gross commissions, closing, I think, like 9 transactions, something like that, right? Huge, huge month. Now, 41 to 45,000. Big kudos to both these people. We have Pat Sepulveda Garcia and Dan Buter. Dan Buter, guys, came to us from another mortgage company 65, 75 days ago. And when he came over, he's like, holy smokes, I didn't know doing lending this way actually existed. He came in and he's like, I'm kind of in a slump. I'm doing business, but I'm not feeling comfortable sitting my business where I have it. And I just want to pick up. He came in and crushed it. He's going to be on pace to be one of our top loan officers this month. Dan and Pat, great job. But man, the men, the myth, the legends, like always. Scott Steele with 46 to 50,000 and Bryce Padilla out of our Glendora office came in. They both crushed, I don't know, somewhere around 8 to 9 transactions last month, and they're just hitting it hard. Big shout out to Bryce and Scott. Scott Steele is still in first place for the #1 loan officer this year, and he's running away with it at the moment, which is a big kudos. For all my loan officers on this call today, when Randy said going to events like the Mike Ferry event is an interchangeable event for all of us, I really want you guys to understand it is. Someone like Scott Steele, Bryce, Pat, and these other ones, they take coaching and they implement the sales techniques like a Mike Ferry event would teach, and they're prospecting regularly. If you're not on this list and you're not closing transactions this clip, and guys, we had a ton of transactions closed. This is just where the GCI was. If you're not on this list and you want to run for first, second, third, fourth, fifth place at 21st Century Lending, it's going to take prospecting, it's going to take practice and scripting, and it's going to take being in the office. One thing that I want to give a shout out, everybody on this list, every single one of them is in the office every day, 8 hours a day. If you want to win, that's what it takes. So it's a big deal. Congratulations. Can I get a huge round of applause for all these loan officers, guys? Now, besides that, I want to go over products that are winning in today's marketplace. You know, guys, we have a lot of products. We have everything you guys could think of. Jenny Butoric actually was helping a client out of South Dakota. We have 50 branches or so nationwide right now, and we partner with other Century 21s across the country and help them with lending. Jenny was helping someone out of South Dakota, a borrower, and things went a little squirrely on the loan at USDA product. And the way USDA works is very tricky at times. She was able to save that deal for the South Carolina client, bring them over, bring it to us with an FHA down payment assistance, and we closed that down payment assistance in 12 business days. So, you listing agents out there, why do I bring this up? If you guys are afraid to accept an offer on a down payment assistance, obviously the loan officer that's doing it matters, but we're able to close those at a really fast clip. FHA, 5% down grant for this borrower, got them in and closed in 12 business days. Bryce Padilla also did the same thing last month. Guys, those are one of the many products in the marketplace is turning. We could actually offer this product and convert more buyers for you. That product wouldn't have worked when it was a complete seller's market, but as a buyer's market, this product's going to work because sellers want people to offer on their homes, and these are great products. So if you want to learn more about our down payment assistance products, get with me because I want to go over the myths and the truths about it so you guys feel comfortable as listing agents to accept those offers on those FHA deals. Now, we do a lot of reverse mortgages, a lot of HELOCs, a lot of bridge loans. How many of us are working with investors right now? Anybody doing investment properties? We do a lot of DSCR loans, things of that nature. We also have, and I shouted this out last week, we have a few unique products like a 1099 one-year product or a 3.5% down DACA I-10 loan. These products, or mobile manufactured, I know in this office here, a lot of us know about the mobile manufactured. We could truly close anything. So again, if you have turn downs from another lender, find a loan officer in our organization and let us convert the turn downs to yeses for you and help you crush the second half of this year. All right, guys? Perfect. Thank you so much for having me up, guys. Kelly? Give a round of applause to Kelly.
Hi, everybody. I wanted to give you guys just one big tip about how to make your escrows sorry, totally just lost my train of thought there. How to have the easiest closing. So yesterday, and the agent responsible for this is in this office. So big shout out to you because this is awesome. But I'm going to use this as an example. Our Murrieta office, we received a pre-escrow and we get them often. However, this one was a little bit different because it's not going on the market until mid-August. However, on this one, there's a UCC lien for some landscaping, which will need to be paid and released through the closing. There's also a solar lease, which means depending on who it's with, can take up to 30 days for that to be transferred or for the new buyer to assume it. But this homeowner has never had the solar hooked up and they have not made payments. So we are going to need to reach out to that solar company, find out what it's going to take to bring that account current. Then they're going to need to make those payments. They're going to need to have that account in good standing before they will start working with us on any of the necessary steps for our transaction. This one is also in a trust. So we're just checking all the boxes here. But my point of this is that this agent took the time to get to know her listing. She got to know everything about it so that she could present it to us so we could get everything taken care of, or, well, I say everything because there will be surprises that come along the way. We all know that. But everything that we were able to get taken care of as early as possible. So she let the seller know that we were going to need to have a copy of that trust, that we were going to be reaching out to them. She provided all of the contact information that she had for the solar company, for the UCC, everything. She even handed us a prelim. Like, she could not have wrapped this up any prettier and handed it to us so that we could get busy. So once escrow does open, hopefully right after this property goes live, then we will have everything that we need taken care of so that the seller doesn't have to stress about this. The agent doesn't have to stress about this. We don't have to stress about this as escrow because it's all been taken care of. And then you can worry about finding your next listing, and your seller can worry about packing their house instead of hustling to get all this taken care of at the end. That's my only advice, is that please, please, please get to know your listings and then make sure that you have everything that you can provide, all that information sent over to escrow, to one of our escrow units as soon as you can. That's all.
All right, all right. Hey guys, we're gonna figure out the audio. I think we have to turn that one down just for a minute. We are in Hollywood Beach and we're about to introduce this group to the entire company, which is just chilling by the beach. Just chilling by the beach. Oh. Say what's up, baby. Say what's up. Let's go. Oh, person in the car pulls up. I love it. All right. Hey guys, happy Thursday. Welcome to the Monthly Connect. This is our first time doing it in Hollywood Beach, and I'm not gonna lie, we got blessed. Literally perfect skies, perfect weather. The sun is shining. The beach is literally right there. And we are just absolutely blessed. We got a great group here. Excited to be in Hollywood Beach, excited to be in kind of the Ventura area in general. We got people from our Ventura office say what? We got people from our Santa Paula office say huh? We got people from Westlake, Simi Valley. We got people from Santa Barbara. We got people from all over the area, and they're here ready to learn, ready to plug in. Today I wanted to just talk a little bit about the halfway point. And so how many of you guys are into like physical fitness at all? Like going to the gym occasionally, maybe running? So my brother, he works out a lot, and I'm not gonna lie, he's just been getting super jacked. And like, as his big brother, I can't let that happen, right? Like I can't let him just be swole. And so I started exercising. Unfortunately, I don't have the capability of building muscle. And so I started running. And so I started running, and I'm not gonna lie, back in high school, how many of you guys ran like a 7.5, 8 minute mile back in high school? And like, that was like cake, right? So I'm like thinking, okay, I'm gonna get back on the wagon. I'm gonna go for a jog. I'm gonna run a mile. I got 8 minutes, no problem, right? So I run the first time. It's like 12 minutes and I'm dying. I'm like literally on the floor dying. I'm like, this is horrible. I'm 40 now, so I guess that's par for the course. But I've been at it for like the last 3 weeks. And it's funny, as we were walking into this week and preparing for kind of some talking points, I was thinking about, okay, over the last 3 weeks, how has my mindset changed? Like at first I was kind of like down and out. I'm like, 12 minutes sucks. Might as well have walked it. And then like I kept going. A week later, I was down to like 9.5 minutes. It was like, okay, I'm making progress. I'm making progress. Yesterday before this, I had motivation just coming into this conversation. I went running and I'm like, you know what? There's a point in the run where like I kind of just start kind of letting up and I'm just like coasting, right? I'm like, I'm just going to kind of go easy the rest of the way. And if I do that, I know I'll get around 9 minutes, 9.5 minutes. Yesterday, I was like, this halfway point concept just kept ringing in my head. I said, at the halfway point today, I'm going to actually just like lean into it. I'm going to like push myself harder than I've ever pushed. And I'm going to see what time I can get. I ended up running in 8 minutes, which made me feel really good. I felt like I was a high schooler again. And then I proceeded for 30 minutes to like cough up a lung. But the point I'm trying to make is like, that was just a decision. Like it was a Wednesday afternoon, right? Like I got done with work. I went home. I went for a run, but in that moment, I decided, you know what, I'm going to do something different, right? I'm going to push a little bit harder, right? I'm going to have a concentrated effort to put in a little bit more energy. And I think that that's kind of where all of us need to be right now. We're in July. You know, the first half of the year is what you can't do anything about the past, right? None of us can change how the first half of the year went. For some of you guys, the first year has been stellar. How many of you guys are feeling good the first half of the year? You guys feeling okay? Okay. Some of you guys are feeling good. You're like, dang, dude, this is a great year. Some of you guys maybe not. But guess what? It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, today's the first day of the second half. Let's just pretend like that's the case. It's not July 1st. But you guys decide how hard you want to finish. Okay. Do you want that 8-minute time, or even better, because that's still not my best, but do you want that 8-minute time, or are you going to settle for 9.5? Are you going to settle for 10? Are you going to settle for the light walk and end up at 15-minute mile? Like, what are you going to do this year? I'll be honest, my dad mentioned it, and I know we are having some audio issues. A lot of us are going to the Mike Ferry event not next week, but the week after. And the reason why I like the Mike Ferry event is because it's in July, is because it's right before it's in that third quarter, walking into the fourth quarter, where a lot of real estate agents just lose momentum. They kind of take their foot off the gas, they coast. And in July, if you go to the Mike Ferry event, listen, you might be at the pool the entire time. For all I care, I don't care if you're at the pool the entire time. The fact is that you went, you plugged in for a little bit of time, you got a golden nugget, you networked with people, you met people, you rubbed elbows with top producers, and hopefully you come back a little bit more motivated to finish strong on the second half. Does that make sense? So if you're not going, I'm just going to throw one more shameless plug. I think you should go. You can get there for cheap. It's going to be hot as hell. But then again, you know, that's most America outside of this. So highly encourage it. It's $100 for the ticket. You find hotels, they're cheap. Would love to have you. Our goal is to get to 200 people. Right now, I think we're at about 160. So I need 40 more people to get on board and come with us to Vegas before the week after next. I want to do something that we haven't done before. A lot of times your regional directors, they'll tell you kind of how your office compares to the rest of the company or to the rest of the region. I don't know if they've done that yet, but you guys are all a part of a region, right? And it's a multiple offices, 5, 6, 8 offices. And I like competition. How many of you guys like competition? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So I thought it'd be interesting to give you guys the standings of your guys' offices from highest to lowest, just so you kind of know who's at the top, maybe inspire you guys to maybe kick some ass and take a spot. So I'm just going to go from highest to lowest. I don't know if the slides are on. I can't see them. But our number one office as of right now is in Walnut, California. So if you're in Walnut, make some freaking noise. You're the number one office halfway through the year. Congratulations. San Jose is number 2. And keep in mind, San Jose, the numbers that I'm reporting, they're only from March. Okay, I only have numbers for March. So for some of the REA offices, slight disadvantage because I don't have January and February. Next, we have San Francisco, make some noise. Murrieta, say what? Long Beach, LB, Snoop Dogg, Double G, you know, the whole thing. Chino Hills, right after that. Come on, Chino. You got Marty Rodriguez's team, which ranks in our top 10, and she only has, I think, like 16 people on her team. They've already made $1.3 million in commission this year. Temecula's right after that. Granada Hills. I see you, Granada Hills. Canyon Lake, I know they're making noise. They like to party. We got Corona. We got the Mark and Al team. They're based in Glendora too. That's literally 5 people on that team. They've already done over $1 million. Castro Valley, Simi Valley, Upland, Burlingame, Hemet, Hollywood Beach. There's more down the list, but those are the notable performances year to date. So listen, it's halfway. So a lot of these offices, I anticipate there being some movement. Have you guys ever gone to the carnival and you're playing that game with the horses and you have to squirt the water gun and all the horses are doing that thing? I envision that that's how we're going to play out the rest of the year. There's going to be first place, second place rotations and things of that nature. But I encourage you, if you're part of the Ventura area, the Bay Area, the LA region, you guys, like, take pride in your office, take pride in your region, and let's try to beat the other ones. It's fun. It's like a game. Last thing I want to talk about are some of the office consolidations and moves. So I just want to provide an update. Our goal is to make sure that you guys have communication on what we're doing within the company. This week, as we speak right now, we are literally laying the floor for our new San Mateo office, which is up in the Bay Area. Guys, it is an amazing, amazing office. It's gonna blow the socks off that area. We're consolidating Burlingame and Palo Alto. We're taking those together. We're moving them to San Mateo. That will happen the end of this month. So in July, everyone's going to be moving. San Jose, we have an office in Great Oak. We have an office called Hallmark, all in the San Jose area. Those 2 offices are coming together, and we're creating a new office off Blossom Hill and Almaden Expressway. I saw that one as well. It's an amazing office. Down here in this area, we're taking our Simi Valley office and we're taking our Westlake office and we're bringing those together, and we're opening up a new Thousand Oaks location. Guys, the Thousand Oaks location is like on over an acre of land. It's a standalone building. It's like got all these windows. It's so bright inside. It's a beautiful office. I'm really, really excited to open that one up down here. That one will start probably towards August. So we're not far away. It's going to happen very, very fast. On top of that, guys, we're moving our Santa Clarita office to Valencia, correct? And then Lancaster, we had a spot. The landlord backed out. We're talking with another broker, thinking about, working something out there. Regardless, we have a handful of backup options, but a lot of moving parts within the company. Just wanted to keep everyone abreast and make sure that you guys know what's going on. I'm going to shut up because I have a habit of talking too much. I'm going to hand it over to Grant Myatt, who's our head of recruiting, and he's going to talk about all the new agents that joined us over the last month. Okay?
Yeah, let's give another round of applause for you guys for showing up today. Way to go. Look, if I haven't met you yet, I'm excited to, and I'm honored to speak in front of you today. Again, as Keith mentioned, my name is Grant Myatt. Here, they can't hear me? Okay. Okay, you guys can hear me, right?
I can hear
Oh,
you.
you guys see me now? Okay, we're good online. All right, perfect. Point being, I'm honored to be here today, guys. Thank you so much for having me. I'm gonna share a quick little note, and then we're gonna go into our new team members, and we're gonna give them a warm welcome of applause. I know we have a couple here today, here in Hollywood Beach, and so I'm excited to welcome you guys. But before I do that, I think it's really funny, right? You talk about recruiting, and I feel like as soon as you mention you're a recruiter, people like get like this weird vibe like about you. I feel like they're like, oh, you're a recruiter, that means you're crazy. And I said, well, it takes one to know one. Okay, first off, but second off, sometimes you mention you're a recruiter and they say, oh, you're just trying to sell me something, so stop. And I say, well, I mean, I just happen to come by and I just noticed your production wasn't where it might want to be and where you were in the past couple of years. So I was just wondering if a couple of the things that we offer here, such as our training, tools, marketing, Armani, Alyssa here in Ventura, could help you out this year with your business. I mean, just imagine if you had an extra $10,000 for Christmas presents. I mean, I think any kid would want an extra like $5,000 gift, right? But point being, here with the company, we work really hard on the recruiting team. If you haven't had the chance to meet your regional recruiter, I encourage you to reach out to them. Johnny's up in San Francisco and in LA. I'm here in Ventura and also in Central Coast. And then we have Jessica down in our southern regions in East LA and also Riverside County. And of course, Savannah is focusing solely on the lending side of recruiting. And so point being, we're here to help you guys. And I think it's really interesting, especially what Keith was saying, and especially what Randy was saying about charging into the second half of the year. I remember when I walked into the office earlier this morning, Jorge was telling me about the house prices right here on the beach. Literally, this street right behind me is called Ocean Drive. I think that's where else would you want to live, right? But point being, he was saying these homes are worth $2.5 million, and I think nothing really gets achieved unless you start dreaming about it. And I think it's really important to not lose sight of that. Like as you're implementing your habits, as you're focusing on the daily, that you keep the dream going, right? Because I mean, I was already thinking this morning, I was practicing, you know, what I'm saying now. I was looking at of course, in his region, Jessica in his region, in her region, and Savannah in her region, you guys actually make 10% on the company dollar for everybody that you refer over to our team. So point being, you're out there making your own deals happen. Let us do the recruiting, and you make some extra money in your pocket. So point being, without further ado, I want to announce our new team members here within our company. You'll see them on the screen. I don't have it right in front of me, but you'll see them on the screen. So can we give a round of applause to our new team members really quickly? So really quickly, I want to break down what you're seeing right now. So you're going to see region numbers, but I realize, you know what, that's probably not the most helpful because we use that on the sales team side. So region 1 is San Francisco. And as you go down the regions, you go down the coast of California, right? So region 2 is Central Coast. Region 3 is Ventura. Region 4 is like West LA. Region 5 is East LA and kind of going into Rancho Cucamonga. And then region 6 is Riverside County and San Diego. And so that's on the real estate side. On the lending side, if you don't know this, we are across the nation. Blake and Alex and Savannah have been doing a killer job on the recruiting end and pushing for partnering with new loan officers to help our real estate agents, such as you guys, get some of those deals closed when it's a hard sell and it's a hard loan to get. And so we're really excited to welcome all these team members onto the team here. Let's give them another round of applause really quickly. All right, that's everything I had to say. Let's pass it off. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
All right, what's up, guys? This is Troy Dodgen with 21st Century Property Management. Thanks, Keith and Grant, for all of that and passing that on. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the property management company and what we've got going on. We've got a big expansion going on in the Bay Area with our team up there, and they are really hustling. And I know that they are really ready to go into the second half of this year and crush it because they've already been crushing it since they came on board. So what I wanted to talk about today was the things that really sets 21st Century Property Management apart from other property management companies or other property managers that you might find. And that is our main focus, and kind of the cornerstone of what we do is putting a really good tenant into every property. So a lot goes into making sure that we have the right tenant for that property, which improves everybody's life and we've got a really low eviction rate, under 1% of tenants that we've placed. So how do we do that? We use a couple of different tools. So TransUnion is one of the big credit reporting companies, and they have a product called SmartMove, and SmartMove is only for screening renters. So a credit score is great if you're buying a car or buying a home, but renting is a little bit different. And so SmartMove takes into account a lot of different factors that determine rent worthiness. So that's something that sets us apart. The other thing that we do that sets us apart is document fraud is a major problem in the property management industry right now. If you look across the board, almost 10% of all the documents, so that's paycheck stubs, bank statements, W-2s, those documents that we use to verify the creditworthiness of a renter, about 10% of those across the board are fraudulent. If you go back and look at evictions that have taken place, 50% of the evictions that have happened across the board involve fraudulent documents for income verification. It's a major problem that a lot of people don't even know about. So we have a really cool AI tool called Celery that scans all of those documents that we collect when we're validating a potential renter, and we can detect 99.99% of all fraudulent documents. So we weed out those bad actors right from the beginning, and that's something that very few management companies across the country have started doing. So we're really ahead of the curve there. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, is kind of the main thing that sets us apart, and that is making sure that your clients get a really quality renter into their property. So if you've got any referrals, go ahead and use the referral form on the agent resource page under property management. You can send those in. Remember, you get $500 for a new property management contract. You get $250 for a leasing only contract. And the property management company doesn't do any sales. So that client stays with you. It's your client. If they decide to sell their home, buy more investment property, or if their tenant decides it's time to buy a home, you'll be the one representing that transaction. So let me know if you have any questions. We'll pass it on.
Brazil isn't a big deal. 16, I think it is. Major global.
Oh, yeah. All right. Good morning, everybody. Can everybody hear me? Let's see, Troy, can you hear me with that flawless haircut? There we go, baby. All right. Hey, kind of jealous about the people at Hollywood Beach here in Castro Valley. I don't know if you guys see the lovely beach behind me and that $5 million house right there, right behind me, right, Grant? But we have about, what did we say, about 40 people in here today? Yeah, in Castro Valley. So thank you guys so much for showing up. A couple things I want to go over today. Really excited. We have a new person on our leadership team, Mrs. Bethany Berry Cross, and she's going to be our new Bay Area director. Yeah. All right. We're super excited to have her a part of the team, guys. She brings a wealth of knowledge, a ton of energy, and exactly what we need in the Bay Area. So Bethany, welcome to the team. We're so excited to have you. So that's huge for the Bay Area. As you guys know, we move really fast. We're always making changes, and part of those changes comes with new energy, new support, new moves like Keith went over, and that's kind of what we're about. If it's not working, we're going to find a way to fix it, right? And so Bethany is a part of that puzzle piece, and we're really excited to have her a part of the team. On top of that, we have another new person, a part of our team on the sales leadership side, Mrs. Patty Rios. She has taken the new role of the mentor development manager for all of Century 21 Masters. So Patty, welcome to the sales leadership team. Really excited to have you. On that note, if you guys don't know about our mentorship program, or you don't know about our mentee program, all in all, we have recently added it to our Master's Resource Guide. By a show of hands, how many of you guys have been on the Master's Resource Guide? Okay, so if you just type in mastersresourceguide.com, you will actually be able to find in there the mentorship page, and you can sign up to become a mentor, or you can sign up to become a mentee, and you're going to fill out a short little script, or you can scan the QR code that's on your guys' screen right now. You're going to fill out a short little script to sign up to become a mentor. It's just going to ask you some questions. How long you've been in the business? How many deals do you normally do? Why do you want to become a mentor, right? Or if you're a mentee, you're new to the business or you've been out of the business for a long time and you want to grow your business, you can join as a mentee and we'll align you with the mentor, which is huge. To put this into terms, when we first started this program, we started kind of started seeing the momentum grow. At one point, every mentee we had in the program, and we had about 40 mentees in the program at that time, every single one of them closed a deal in the first 3 months, which is huge, right? Yeah, I mean, that's a huge success. Well, we've only grown from there. And so with Patty Rios' help, she was a coach with our company, so she knows exactly what she's doing. With her stepping in and taking control of the mentorship program, we're going to see some huge successes with our mentees and our mentors. She's going to be having meetings with our mentors, meetings with our mentees, and making sure everybody's aligned and everybody's growing as a team. Okay? Good stuff there. Lastly, and this is super exciting. Before I talk about this, I think it's smart for me to bring up a point that Blake Corkill made on 21st Century Lending. Rates right now, you guys heard them, 6.8%, right, for conventional, and 6.2, 6.3 for FHA, right? How many of you guys everywhere, by show of hands, think that rates are going to drop within the next year? Maybe next month, right? I don't know if you guys saw the inflation numbers came in at an all-time low, 1.6% right now. There's a lot of good things happening as far as the economy goes. Tariffs actually did work, which is, surprised a lot of us. And our inflation is actually going down a lot lower. Job growth was huge. So what's going to end up happening is rates are going to go down. What happens when rates go down? More business, right? Houses start selling. We start having lines out of our houses to buy the houses. So wouldn't right now be a good time to buy a house? Right? Because in 6 months from now, when rates drop 1% or 2%, you can refinance. You have the new rate. You already got in the home of your dreams. And guess what? You beat out all those people that were going to be in that 100 people line waiting for the house, right? And so it's a perfect time to put yourself in a position and talk to your clients and let them know now is a great time to buy it. I'm not just giving you fluff. It truly is. If rates do come down, guess what? Then we're competing. And competing is very, very difficult. How many of you guys saw a ton of clients get into homes in 2020, 2021 that they really would have never bought? It was just the only home that actually accepted their offer, right? And now they're trying to get out of those homes. So if we can get interest rates down, productivity is going to go way up. And all that means is there's going to be a lot more business. A lot of buyers are going to come out of the woodworks. We want to be ahead of the game. So now's the time, and let them know now's the time, because in 6 months from now, we're going to set you up with one of our lenders. We're going to refi you, and we're going to get you one of the best rates. Okay? It's huge. On that note, I want to celebrate two of our people on the sales leadership team, Miss Jackie and Miss Kiana. They're out of our greater Los Angeles Inland Empire region. And what they did is they put together a program called the 333 program. Anybody hear about this in this room? All right, well, the 333 program goes like this. And it's something we're going to be launching to all of Masters because of how good of a success it was within their region, right? So they had about 60 people that signed up. 44 of them have actually passed or went over the amount that they're actually supposed to do in this program. So they had over a 60% rate of return on the agents that actually participated in the 333 program. So what does 333 stand for? The first thing is scripts and role play 3 times per week. Office attendance, coming into the office 3 times a week. Prospecting 3 hours of prospecting 3 times a week. So when you're coming into the office 3 times a week, you're prospecting for 3 times a week. All those things go hand in hand. We're going to have Monday meetings. So you're going to have Zoom meetings, accountability meetings, where you can join in these calls with everybody else in this program, and you can go over your successes. And just to talk about a little bit of the successes, in the first week of this program, Sonny Kim landed a listing appointment for $1,075,000. James Escamilla got an offer accepted and set 2 new appointments. Vanessa Zumarin set 2 listing appointments and secured a buyer lead. Sean Oglesby listed 3 properties. Hijan Zabagan got into escrow and picked up a new buyer lead. Perfect. David Harris at Montebello in under 30 days of door knocking got a buyer lead. Grace Lee got 6 contracts from door knocking and hosted an open house. Matt Starkick showed properties and submitted an offer. Lupe Gomez, Emma Montez, Donna Salcido, Joe Prito, and Artuno Loro all hosted open houses and got deals. Mercy Escamilla set 3 appointments. Deborah Lyons secured a listing. Emma Montes got a buyer approved. Maria Alonso was outdoor knocking and got an expired. Monica Ohms picked up 1 buyer and 1 seller league. Greg Romano and Vivian Fung each set buyer appointments. Trina Sang, Lillian Lopez, and Andy Watkins all brought in new leads. And that was just in the first week of this program. How many of you guys see a benefit in this program? Right? Huge. All right. On top of that, I mean, there's different layers to this. And I think one of the biggest things that we see in sales, and especially in 1099 sales, which all of you guys as realtors are, is accountability. You know, most of your accountability comes from yourself, right? Right? So it's nice to have an additional layer of that. So one additional layer of that, you got the Monday meetings at 11:30. These are 30-minute to an hour meetings going over just roundtabling for the week, going over like, you know, huge wins, followed by a speaker to motivate and energize the group. So this is a select group that's in this program. We have a Telegram chat. So all throughout the week, all throughout the month, this is a 3-month deal. You guys are in a Telegram program where you guys can help hold each other accountable and help celebrate each other in this program as well. And then we have an agent submission form and commitment agreement that we will send out to you when you decide to sign up for this program. This program is going to launch on August 1st. I would hope every single buddy, not only in Castro Valley, everybody on this call, you want to join the 333 program led by 2 of our very own and your directors in your area. It's going to be absolutely huge. I'm looking forward to everybody joining that program. And that is all I have. And Robert is up next. Thank you guys very much.
All right. So I thought I would do something different today and be really slow and boring. What do you think? Yeah, no, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. No, come on. I want everybody here in Castro Valley to stand up. I want everybody on Zoom to stand up. Come on, let's go, let's go. Come on, we got a great, come on. I'm serious. Stand up, let's go, let's go. Come on, we got a whole second half of business to go. Here we go, come on. Everybody put your hands together, Here we go, here we go. We're going to say win 3 times on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Win. All right. Woo. Okay, I'm done. All right, let's go. Come on now. We're bringing the energy. We're bringing the passion, the intensity. Let's make it happen. Castro Valley, I love it. Man, Matt and I been driving around to the different offices in the Bay the last couple of days, and it's been exciting getting involved with some of these things. We were in Berkeley, a couple people here from Berkeley. There we go, let's go. Welcome aboard the Century 21 Masters. I'm excited that you're with us. We were at the office the other day, Matt and I and Bethany and Romeo. We had lunch with Ray. I'm excited for the Berkeley office, not only to have you on board, really excited for our ex-Oakland agents, because we shut down the Oakland office. Now that we got another office there in that part of the Bay, so big things going on. Love it. All right, and then real quick, couple notes I made. You know, Keith mentioned, you know, working out and stuff like that, and Matt does work out a lot, but I would like to point out that he missed our workout this morning. So, you know, just to mention that, you know, I was up, and then, sorry, buddy, sorry. So just mention that. And then real quick, I want to give a couple other shout outs before I get to my portion today. We got, you know, we have so many great people in the company. There's no way we can get everybody to speak, right? Otherwise, this will take forever. So I just want to give a couple quick shout outs. Hunter Kaywood, our Russian comrade, he doesn't get a chance to speak all that much, but he's such a valuable piece to this company. He does the role play, he does the ISA, he does the follow-up boss. Hunter, I love you, buddy. You're doing a phenomenal job. Thank you for all that you do. If you haven't connected with Hunter and his team and Follow Up Boss, get involved with his calendar. I'm sure he'll post it in the chat box. It's on the agent resource guide, but I really appreciate you, buddy. 2 other people, Cheryl D'Amico, Rowena Dominguez. They run our relocation department. Now, I'm going to be fully honest. I'm not 100% sure what our relocation department does, but I do know they're really good at it. Okay. So they're really good at it. They do a phenomenal job. I'm just joking. They do a phenomenal job. So if you have clients that need an agent outside of the area, instead of you trying to figure out who they're going to refer them to, they have a great list of agents everywhere to help you find a good agent for your client, help you get your referral fee set up so you get paid. I mean, they even helped one of our agents find an agent in Taiwan. You know, I mean, they do a phenomenal job. So Cheryl, Rowena, greatly appreciate you and all the great things that you're doing. Great stuff there. All right, so let's jump into some production. We're gonna go over some production numbers and go through that. So last month, just for June, so I'm gonna start at 25 to 50,000. We had 53 agents make somewhere between $25,000 to $50,000 in GCI last month. That is a lot of money. A couple of people I just want to highlight here in Castro Valley. We had Ha Nguyen. So Ha, great job right here in Castro Valley. I also want to give a couple other shout outs. We got Alex Ortiz at our Santa Paula office. I want to give him a shout out because this guy just comes in every day, bright smile, always super friendly, shows up and just does the work. And it's paying off. He's doing some amazing things. Another gal in our Corona office, Shakila Rahman, she's part of that 333 Club. This year, she's been so bought in. She's on Telegram posting. She's in the office. She's prospecting every day. And it's great to see the results of what she's doing. So Shakila, phenomenal job for you. Love all the work that you're doing. $51,000 to $100,000. Sometimes I feel like I should start producing again. 51. Here in Castro Valley, we have Janella and 100. We also have in our Castro Valley office, unfortunately, she couldn't make it, but Raquel Ramirez there in Castro Valley, you know, doing phenomenal things. So Castro Valley representing. I want to give a couple other shout outs on the 51 to 100 group. I can't get to everybody, but I appreciate all of you. But a couple of shout outs. Joanna Nowinski in San Luis Obispo, she did all that while she was in Alaska. Like she wasn't even in town. She was in Alaska doing family stuff and still, you know, crushing it. Yeah, what's that? She's got systems in place. Give big shout out to one of our Camarillo agents, Mina Hong. Again, I want to give her a shout out because she shows up. She's so coachable, so teachable. How do I get this? How do I make this happen? And you're seeing the results. So Mina, great job. Tina Tovar and Kate Davey, they did a $5 million transaction last month. So don't tell me there's no, you know, multi-million-dollar homes out there, $5, $6, $7 million. And then two other people I want to give shout outs to, Jack Ma and Sandy San out of our Walnut and Arcadia office. Again, agents that just every day they're on the phone every day, hitting their numbers, prospecting numbers, and you're seeing the numbers really stack up for them. So big shout outs. And then finally, we had 7 agents or teams hit over $100,000 in GCI last month. I see some of you shaking your head like, damn, like in a month? Yeah. So I'm just gonna list all of them. Judy Lewicki, Angie Cox, the Mark and Al team, Melinda Elmer, Elise Irwin, Marty Rodriguez, and Amy Lee all hit over $100,000 in GCI last month. Amy Lee led the charge with over 300. She made Centurion in 1 month. I mean, and the thing about her, you know, I was joking with Romeo and Cynthia because I was like, man, Amy never responds when I reach out to her, and they're like, yeah, she's busy. I'm like, okay, fair enough, good point. Like, you know, leave her alone, damn it. So, anyways, big shout out to those agents. You know, businesses out there, we got crazy opportunities going on as far as that goes. And then, so a couple other things I want to note. Halfway through the year, we've had some people make Centurion just halfway through the year. If you don't know what Centurion is, Century 21 gives out awards based on production, and you get Emerald, Masters, Ruby, things like that. Well, the highest one is Centurion, right? Well, we have a group of people that made Centurion in just the first half of the year. So from a team standpoint, you had Marty Rodriguez and the Mark and Al team. But not only then make Centurion, they're both already over $1 million in GCI in just the first half of the year. So great shout outs to them. And they're not, I want to be clear on their teams because sometimes you hear these teams, well, anyone here know teams where they have like 40 people on them? And it's like, well, yeah, great. You're doing a bunch of production. Your average person's doing 1 deal. You know, these are not that. These are just teams that work. So great job to them. Here in the Bay Area, we got the elite team led by Bailey. Way to go, Bailey. We got Patrick Lamb and Joanne. They're leading the team here. And then we got the Elmer team down in Long Beach. So those teams have already hit Centurion. From an individual agent standpoint, again, I already mentioned her, Amy Lee, Byron Grant. I know for a fact Byron Grant's not listening. Somebody tell him congratulations. All right. Byron Yvette Geeter, Judy Lewicki, Karen Myatt, Judy Bros, and Janella again here in our Castro Valley office. Already made Centurion in just the first half of the year. Now, yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, thank you. I'd like to thank the Academy. Yeah, it does. It does. So, but here's one thing I want everyone to think about something here. This is not only do I want to highlight that because I think it's really cool, but how much GCI did they have on January 1st? 0, right? They had 0 and in 6 months made Centurion, which means if you started July 1st at 0, it's possible by the end of the year you can make Centurion, right? Like, so no matter, remember, where you're at right now is just where you're starting. It doesn't mean that's where you end. Okay? If you're at 0 now, don't get frustrated. You can still make big numbers by the end of the year. They did it in 6 months. We got 6 months still to go. You with me on this? Yeah. All right. So utilize that for some motivation. Now, I want to just carry this on one more point because I took the liberty of reaching out to some of these agents and say, hey, would you be open to teaching classes for our company to share a little bit of how you do this? Would that be valuable to people to hear, like from some of these agents, right? No. Okay, great. All right, never mind. We'll cancel those classes. Moving on next, right? So we got 3 classes coming up in August. So Wednesday, August 6th, Melinda Elmer's going to teach how to fit marriage, kids, fitness, having fun, and work into one schedule, right? Because is that a problem sometimes? Right? You're going, well, Robert, how can I do this business? I've got kids. Okay. And then for those of you that are married to men, you have another child, right? So you even have a bigger problem. Okay. Right. So I got marriage, but, and how do I stay fit? And how do I still go out and have fun? She's mastered it. So she's going to teach a class on that on August 6th. And these are all going to be on Zoom. So no matter where you are, you're going to have access to it. Robert Kofer from our Mark and Al team, he's going to do a class on pricing property in today's market on Wednesday, August 13th. We have listings that if they're not priced well, they're sitting. Yes or no? Yeah. Yes. Okay, so pricing property is huge. So when Robert asked me, he goes, what do you want me to talk about? I said, you're an expert at pricing. I want you to do a class on that. So he's going to do a class. And then we have Janella doing a class on August 19th on marketing techniques to your database or your sphere because, I mean, some people go, well, I don't have a big sphere. Well, neither does she, and yet she gets a ton of business from it. So there's no one better to learn from on that than that database there. So those 3 classes coming up in August where you're going to learn from some of these Centurion agents on what they're doing for success. So really excited about that. All right, I want to wrap up with just 2 more things. So one, I want to give another shout out, and I wanted to give him a separate shout out than just everyone else, but Romeo Aurelio is so freaking valuable to what we do, and he probably doesn't hear this enough, certainly from me, but I appreciate that man so much for what he does. This is being recorded. For those of you that don't know him or have a great relationship, clearly, if you don't know him, you're not in the Bay. And here's why. Whenever I come up here and he drives me around, he knows everybody and everything and what's going on with everyone's lives and stuff like that. I'm like, hey man, we're going to this office. What do I need to know? And he's like, this person, this, and this, and this, and this. And it used to be this office. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude, I've been with some of these companies for years and I don't know all this stuff. He is just a wealth of knowledge. He walks in the office. Everyone knows him. Everyone likes him. And he just brings that, I think we counter each other really well because if you haven't figured it out, I'm a little energetic. Okay. Yeah, he's calm. He is calm and cool. So we walk in and I'm the tornado that walks in, just kicks the door open. I'm like, all right, let's go. And then everyone's like, Jesus. And then Romeo comes behind me and they're like, oh, thank God. Right. But he just does so much. And I can't thank him enough for all that he does for us. Especially being up here in the Bay Area and all the great things. So thank you. And I want to just wrap up with this as we move into the second half. Okay, the first half, we always learn stuff from one half going to another. So I wrote down here, and I got this from some of our other team members, 5 things we learned in the first half to help us be more productive in the second half. Okay, 5 things we learned in the first half or verified in the first half to keep us more productive in the second half. No particular order of importance, but I got this one from Alex Hollander, one of our great directors, and I agree with this. Houses don't sell themselves anymore, right? It's no longer that 2021 type of market where you put the house on the market, do 3 spins in your chair, you get 45 offers, $100,000 above list price, no appraisal, no contingency, you get to name the child, right? Those days are over. You have to really sell the house, okay? You got to market it. You have to be the best looking house online, okay? Get professional photos, get the drones, get the Matterport, get all that stuff going on to be the best. That's where buyers look, right? Online. So if you take a listing and you take the picture where you can see the real estate agent in the mirror, right? We all see those listings. You can see it and you're like, yeah, that's not going to sell, right? You got to be great online. You got to market it. Houses don't. Yeah. Or yeah, they're going to talk crap about you, right? And as they should. Houses don't sell themselves anymore. You've got to put in the work, put in the marketing. Second thing, and this is from Randy Turnquist, one of our advisors up here in the Bay Area. He's probably down in our Capitol office. He was talking about momentum, right? The power of momentum. And he said here, hard workers are getting richer. Okay. The opportunities are out there. So it's not interest rates. It's not all these other problems. It's no, if you're working hard and you're feeding off that momentum, the opportunities are out there. And then he said something, I had to write this down because he got really deep with me, right? But this is a good quote. He said, it's easier to keep a bus rolling than it is to get a Volkswagen moving when it's mired in the mud of negative thinking. Yeah. Some of you are going, holy shit. That's deep. Yeah, no. It's easier to keep a bus rolling than it is to get a Volkswagen moving when it's mired in the mud of negative thinking. Okay? It's just change your mindset. The opportunities are out there. Work hard. Okay? Yeah, it's harder to get a listing sold. Well, guess what? Go take more listings. Okay? Because at least you give yourself a chance. Oh, nobody wants to buy. Really? Because there's closings. Somebody's buying, right? Stop telling yourself nobody's buying. There's opportunities out there. Third thing, be everywhere because deals come from anywhere. Be everywhere because deals come from anywhere. Okay? We're no longer in a world of, hey, I hammer the phones all day and that's all I need to do. No, right? We just talked about this, right? No. You're on social media. You're doing door knocking. You're doing open house flyers. You're doing email campaigns. You're texting. You're doing seminars. Be everywhere. We were with Tina Tovar and Sadik yesterday, and they got all these labels made. So when they're handing out water bottles, their information is on it. When they're handing out flyers, it's got all their information on it. Sadik owns a restaurant, and outside of his restaurant, there's a big sign that says his information. He's like, you just never know who's walking by, right? Be everywhere. There's everything. Sports events, everything. Be everywhere. You don't know where the deals are going to come from. Who here's ever gotten a deal from a Google lead, right? Google. Be on Google, right? Who here's ever gotten a lead on social media, right? Be everywhere. You never know where the deals are going to come from. So don't be so narrow-minded and just say, this is all I'm going to do. All right. Fourth thing, engagement equals success. Engagement equals success. All these agents that we listed here with the Centurions and all that stuff, for the most part, I have a pretty good idea of what they do every day. Okay. I don't have to go find them. Okay. Now, some of them don't respond to me, but at least I know where they are. Okay. There's no one on this list of production that I can't find. You got to get engaged. Get to the offices, get to the sales training classes, get to the meetings, get involved with the follow-up boss, the marketing team, get involved with it. If you're engaged, you will get more success. The secret agents that sit at home all day doing laundry while they say they're prospecting, folks, those days are done, right? You got to get engaged. And then the last thing I wrote down here is databases up for grabs. We talked about this all the time. There's not a lot of agents working at a high level. So if you want to increase your business, just simply go talk to people, get engaged with people. Databases up for grabs. No one's door knocking. No one's calling at a high level. And yet there's agents that want information because they go online and ask for property evaluations. They ask for information. Hey, can you stop doing that real quick, buddy? Thank you. They're asking for home evaluations. They're asking for stuff about buying houses. So the business is out there. It's because databases are up for grabs. If you're starting today, you just got your license today, I actually think this is one of the best times you can get into real estate because you could build your database faster than you ever could. So, but you got to go talk to people and add them to your database and have a system in place. But if you do those 5 things, folks, in the second half of the year, we're going to have a hell of a lot more centurions. We're going to have a hell of a lot more agents doing a lot more business, and everyone's going to make more money, and everyone's going to be a lot more happy, and Christmas is going to be a lot of fun. Everybody with me on that? All right. All right. So that's it. Yes. Shout out to Beatrice.
Our support here in for years.
Yeah.
And she'll go back about what day was
Beatrice just got her license. So moving on from support staff to real estate agent.
But she still supports.
But she still supports. Doing the work.
These open houses. And I said so.
Okay. Yeah. So great job to Beatrice. Way to go. Congratulations. And now we're going to finally get rid of all the ugly people on the screen, and we're going to turn it over to Bree.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up. I have just a few more things that I want to point out for everyone. The first one I want to bring up is we will be doing a week of giving the last week of July. That's from the 28th through the August 1st. We're always, as a company, we're always looking for ways to give back to our community, to help those get our name out there, help you guys market something, feel like you're giving back to like a donation. So at Century 21, they partner with Easter Seals. I know we've done a couple of things in the past, but we definitely want to start getting more involved with them. So we'll have more information getting emailed out. Your front desk will have more information, but we just wanted to get it in your guys' heads now that's going to be the week that we'll be giving back. It's a QR code. You can donate online. You get to choose whatever you want to donate to, or you also have the option just to donate to whatever foundation needs the most help. So that's something to look out for. It's when you guys get back from Mike Ferry, so everyone will be fired up. You feel like getting back in there, something to do, something to give back. And then the next slide, I know we've already gone over Mike Ferry, so I don't want to touch on it too much, but I just want to remind you that you can get information, the QR code from your front desk. You can email the admin team, you can email the marketing team. We can get you guys hooked up to the correct person to get you all set up. You still have time. The $100, I would definitely take advantage of it. As Keith said, we are trying to hit 200 people to go. We are very close to our goal. So if you need that little push of like, I want to go, I'm just not sure, just go. You'll never know if you don't experience it. And I know we've already touched on it, but the stories that these agents come back with are so amazing. They usually end up coming back fired up for the second half of the year. So that's something I highly, highly, highly encourage. And then we also have some new marketing. So we have the summer campaign getting emailed out. You guys will be receiving that on Mondays. We send out the weekly updates. And then we also have our Facebook page for you guys to scan to follow our social media. If you guys tag us on social media, we'll repost your stuff. It's super exciting. We engage with all of our agents with the company. And then I want to touch on next month's Monthly Connect. We'll be in Walnut, Santa Barbara, and our new Berkeley office. So that'll be super exciting. Our new agents get to experience a Monthly Connect. I'm sure maybe like Keith will go up there. So they'll bring the energy to that office. If you guys are in the Bay Area, go see the new office. I heard it's beautiful. If anyone in the Southern California want to go travel, you can probably go check that out. And then we have Mastermind with Neil today at 12:15. If you guys want to stay on Zoom, it's with Neil. So usually he has a guest, but today he's going to be going over his mindset, his tips and tricks. So I highly encourage joining that as well. And then we have our company survey as well. If you guys want to go and scan the QR code, we want to hear you guys' thoughts. We're always looking for ways to improve the company, our support team, our marketing team. This is, if you want to be anonymous, that is okay, but you'll never know change if you guys don't let us know. So we check it very periodically, and our team lets us know where we can add in that extra support. So that will be the wrap of today's Monthly Connect. Hollywood Beach, you guys have a lot of fun. I heard you have a little beach party going on. Hemet, we have our own little thing going on. And Castro Valley, I'm sure Robert and Matt will have some fun up there as well. So you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next month.